What's up guys, it's Joseph, and this is going to be a video on the Saucony Triumph 21 versus the New Balance More V4. I think these are both great options for heavier runners depending on what your goals are. For reference, I'm 185, so a little bit heavier than I should be at 5'8". Not to mention I do a lot of bouncing when I run, so that's a lot more pressure every time I'm landing. I'm calling these great options for heavy runners because these are both max cushion shoes, and you really do want more cushion every time you land, or else you're going to end up with more aches and pains. Let me go ahead and give you a quick look around each shoe so you can just check out the styling on them. The New Balance. So even though these are both called Max Cushion, I feel like they're actually pretty different shoes. The biggest difference in my opinion is that the Triumph 21s are a bit more firm than the More V4s. Like significantly more firm where you can feel it. And what that means is that you can actually run a little bit quicker in the 21s. I'll show the Triumph 20 a bit more at the end of the video to compare it to the 21. So this is where it comes to your goals. Like if you're gonna run competitively against any other person and you're gonna do it while you're wearing a max cushion shoe, then this would be the one to get. But if you're not competing against anybody, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't just go for this one because it does feel a lot more comfortable, a lot more cushion when you're running. Another thing that might make this a little bit faster is that it's 11.7 ounces per shoe versus 12.3. But as a heavier runner, you probably won't feel that slight difference because your legs have already built up enough strength that a couple ounces in your foot doesn't really make that much of a difference. A third difference is how the shoes feel while you're running, because this is 10 millimeters thicker on the back than the front, so 10 millimeters difference. And it feels more like a traditional shoe where you land somewhere here and then you rock forward. And in the More V4, there's only a 4 millimeter difference between the back and the front. So the shoe's basically more flat, and while you're running, it feels like you're landing more in the ball of your foot. Personally, I really like the feeling of that, where it feels like I have more pressure on the ball of my foot compared to striking at my heel. A fourth difference you might notice is the cushioning that goes around your foot. Around your foot, there's a lot of cushioning because this tongue is so cushiony. This is pretty cushioned, but on the More V4, the tongue is so short, it like kind of falls inside. And on the left shoe, this part of the shoe like stabs into my foot, or at least it did when I tied the laces all the way up to the top. So you can see I don't tie the laces to the top on the left. On the right, for some reason though, I can tie the laces all the way to the highest loop, and this part doesn't bother my right foot. The last difference at this point I would say is just the styling. So this one looks like a kind of like a typical running shoe, but the More V4 definitely stands out as having a lot of cushion, so you can see how giant that is. And it's also very wide, like when you look down to your feet, so that's something to consider if you care about the styling. So in summary, if you want a shoe that has decent cushioning but you also want to produce faster times, then I would say go with the 21. But if you don't care about times, you just want maximum comfort while you're running, then I would say go with the More V4. The Triumph 20 and the 21 are basically supposed to be the same shoe, except for the upper material. I didn't really notice that much of a difference on the upper, but I did find that the 20 was like slightly more firm in the heel area compared to the 21, but that just might be the samples that I have. Alright guys, that's about it for the video. If you want to check out either of these shoes, I'll have affiliate links in the description. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and share. And then any comments down below so I can get back to you, and talk to you guys later.